Hey guys, welcome to chessrules.com. Today in this next class, I'm gonna show you a game uh, which was played between Karpov and Lothar Joel in 1992. It's a Bell tournament. This game was very interesting and well analyzed, very theoretical and a good instructive game. Here Karpov is white played t4, t5, c4, c6, knight c3, knight f6. The game started in Slav defense. e6, knight f3, knight bd7, queen c2. In the earlier classes we have discussed a lot about this queen c2 move, the ideas behind this queen c2, and we have seen some many variations like bishop d3, bishop d2 and rook c1 long castle in this idea, and even we have already seen a game like g4 in the previous classes. So here bishop d6, bishop e2. Now Karpov is just is a good positional player with a very high knowledge. He just don't want to leave any positional advantage in any game. So this will be a good interesting game. Castles shot, castles, rook e8. Now the idea of black playing rook e8 is simply he wants to play at one more other moment he wants to play more like e4, e5. So rook d1. Now white is prepared for e5. He can simply capture and keep this queen in x-ray. Queen e7, h3. Now after e5, black is Karpov is too prophylactic to prevent a more like bishop g4 at any cost. So e5 he is ready to prepare for the move like e5. So b6. Now this bishop needs to be developed, and b7 or a6. b7 right now is not doing anything, so he is preparing to play a6 as that this force of exchange will lead this bad bishop to be exchanged. So Karpov don't want to exchange it and he played e4. Now if you play bishop a6, he can simply play with e5. So black have to take this e4, knight into e4, d into e4, queen into e4. Now bishop b7. See, now deeply going to the position, white almost all white pieces are very good. The problem with black is the bishop on c8. Watch closely, this bishop on c8 is the only reason why black is lost. Bishop f4, rook a d8, bishop into d6, queen into d6, knight e5. Now let us see this position. Now bishop on c8 is the only piece that is not giving any support to this black. After knight into e5, d into e5, queen c7. So now Karpov don't want to allow more like c5 and release this bishop on b7. So he played bishop f3. If he plays move c5, he can simply take queen into b7. So bishop a8. Now Lothar Joel now he is threatening to play c5. Here the moves like c5 is also good, but Karpov is playing very easily by taking rook into d8. Now the idea of rook into d8, see, one could never imagine a move like rook into d8 in this position, but Karpov being a very high positional player, he calculated every variation in this and took rook into d8, which is a very good positional move. After the reason why he took rook into d8 is after c5, the only support for this bishop on a8 is these two rooks. These two rooks is the only support for this bishop on e8. So he just wants to exchange these rooks such that he cannot play c5. So rook d1. Now he cannot play c5. Simply take rook into d8, queen into a8. So rook d1 and bishop d1. Now queen d8. Not only taking the open file, also attacking the bishop. Now even threatening c5. Now the only move to prevent is playing bishop f3. Queen d2, b3, queen into it. Now even in this position, black is having one extra pawn, but white is clearly better due to the bad bishop on a8. b4, queen a1 check, king h2, queen a6, queen d4. Now taking control of the open file and trying to checkmate this. Queen c8. Now he simply wants to play c5. At a cost of a pawn, he can now open c5. This bishop on c8 comes into a dive. So c5 is good move, preventing black to play c5. b into c5, queen into c5. Now these two pawns, black is having an extra pawn, but these two pawns can be held on by this single one pawn on b4, and this bishop e8 is still bad. a6, queen e7, and g6. Now I think this position, try to just pause this position for a few moments and try to find out any good variations that white can immediately win, show any good progress in this position. As we can see, white is clearly better, even down he is a pawn down. But can you try to proceed this position? How can you win? Okay, fine. In this position, Karpov played a good move. It's just weakened by playing g6, but it is practically black really don't have any other choice. Now h4. Now the idea of h4 is simply to play h5, h6, and keep a threat on mate. So black was forced to play a move like h5. If he plays a move like h6, he can simply play bishop e4. Now the threat of bishop g6 and this diagonal is too worst. After h5, this thing will definitely blows up. After h5, g5, queen f6 will definitely win white. So h4, h5, and now king g3, another brilliant move. White is simply trying to go and checkmate him with the king, taking the best position, and then he can capture this pawn on h5, or he can play bishop e4, f3, g4, creating a passed pawn on the h file. This all problems is due to this bishop on c8, queen b7, exchanging the queens. Now he can simply grab this queen into b7, bishop into b7. See the funny position, even now black is having a one pawn extra. This position is clearly winning for white. King f4, king f8, king g5, king e7, bishop e4, bishop a8. There is no much options for black to play. f3. Now is simply threatening g4, bishop b7, g4, and bishop a8. If he captures h into g4, f into g4, bishop 8, h5, this pawn will go and white will simply win this game. So he played bishop 8 again. Now h5, g5, f4. Karpov even in this position is playing up to accurate moves. He doesn't even want any small counters with f6 or even f5. So he's playing very accurate move. Now he's making black king to force away to some square such that he can take this pawn h5 and he can come back to g5 without losing any more. So black king cannot move, so he played bishop b7 and bishop f3. So he's not even allowing any small counters. Now he's threatening bishop into h5 or king into h5. Anything is good. So bishop a8. Now king into h5. If we play moves like f6 or f5, black can simply play, white can simply play king g6, king g7, and this h pawn will soon become queen. Okay, this was a very good and instructive positional game. By seeing this game, we should learn that we should never keep any pieces in a bad position, or at least we have to develop these pieces which is under bad position. You need to exchange good pieces of your opponent. So I hope you enjoyed this game. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave comments. See you in the next class. Bye.